All right, Nooch. Episode 5. Special little episode here, a little two-parter. Got a pretty big high school hockey game this week. High school hockey in the state of New Jersey is back. And we open it up with Middletown North, Middletown South. Middletown North coming off of a state championship in Public B last year. Not a big deal for the Jersey Shore. Not a big deal. And with that being said, let's start this off by welcoming on Ryan Cook, captain of the Middletown North Lions, defending state champions, Mayor's Cup holders for what seems like the last 17 years. Because Middletown South hasn't been very good. But we digress, and let's talk about Middletown North, Middletown South. Welcome on, Ryan Cook.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up, man. Don't be afraid.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate the invite.
All right, Rye. My first question for you. State championship last year. Finally got it done.
Yep.
Walk me through it. Beat Chatham in the final. You beat Middletown South during playoffs last year, I believe.
Yeah, that was a really crazy game. There's probably like 3,000 people there, I would assume. There's a lot of people there. So basically our whole school was there. There was absolutely zero standing room. But the whole time, like getting to the finals and stuff was crazy. We had so much support from, the school, everybody in Middletown. So, and then finally to get there, especially after losing the year before, which was pretty bad. It was pretty important for us to kind of just do what we've been doing the whole time, especially with so many people there supporting us. We just kind of wanted to get the win after feeling what losing felt like the year before. The win was pretty important and something that everybody wanted to get done.
Where was the game against Middletown South?
It was in Middletown.
So you had your playoff game in Middletown?
Yeah.
I didn't know if I remember. I thought they did it like we went to like South Mountain, I think, for New
No, the
Jersey State
semifinal
playoffs.
game was at Cody, but that was the quarters. We played South.
Got it. I never got that far. I was always, just watching.
Got that far one time and got absolutely obliterated in the final 7-0. So
Yeah, I'd rather not go.
yeah, at that point, like, what are we doing? Wasn't even fun. So I guess let's move on to this year. Congrats on the state championship last year. It was a ton of fun watching you guys get it done. Let's move on to this year. Big boy captain of the hockey team. How are we feeling? How are we going to lead the guys this year?
We're all really excited. Like everyone on our team's best friends. We have, I think, 14 seniors this year. So we've had a lot. But we have a really good group. We have a good leadership group with Joey and Jack, our other two captains. But yeah, we're all best friends. We want to have a lot of fun this year, win a lot of games, kind of just do what we did last year. Hope to build off of it. But yeah, in general, just have a lot of fun with each other senior year. Just finish it off strong.
I got a question.
Holy.
Pretty confident you guys moved your goaltender is done, correct? Or is he back as a senior?
New goalie this year.
New goalie this year.
2 new goalies.
Are they ready? Because you had a guy in net last year that got it done for you. Like, or you know me, I'm a goalie guy. So, like, are the goalies ready to go and walk into those shoes this year?
Yeah, Luke was really good for us last year. He was a massive part of our win in the finals and all through playoffs. But, yeah, we have 2 pretty solid goalies this year. We've got Michael Carmody and Tyler Armigan, who are 2 seniors. Both are pretty good. So they'll be big for us, which is
all right. So they're not young. At least they're experienced in high school and everything.
They were around
that's
last
a plus.
year.
Plus, so all right.
They both dressed a handful of times last year.
Now, just clarify something for me. I believe you guys play South twice a year, right?
Yeah, we play the first game of the year, and then we play them for the Mayor's Cup, which I think might be I don't know if it's in February or January. I think it's February, usually.
Look at you.
I mean, you're even worried about that cup.
Good interviewee, though. Like, knew the question I was going to ask right away.
No, I'm
so
not.
The Mayor's Cup is the one later in the year. Is there a reason why it's the second game? Like, Just get it out of the way on Thursday. Like, I don't
No, but
understand what we're doing.
this year they added. There's a trophy for the first game too.
What do we got on Thursday?
It's in honor of the South coach. His father just passed away, so they named the game after him. So there's like a trophy after the game, I guess, starting this year. So the first
Okay,
game
so
is
just
I don't even know
trophies
what the
for
name
everybody.
is. I don't know if that's I don't know. We just found that out today actually at practice. So
So you could potentially take home 3 trophies this year, and 2 can be from your crosstown rival.
You got 4. You
yes,
could take the
four
conference
short
championship.
too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, but we have two from that we could get from South. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, talk about building a rivalry up. Are you kidding me? Just
Yeah,
2 trophy every time we play a trophy. Just
there
stack it in the trophy case. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's true. Every time is for something, so it should be.
How has practice been? The boys ready for Thursday? Thursday's the opener, first one of the
Yeah,
year.
Thursday we were supposed to have a scrimmage last week, but that got canceled. The other team canceled, so they didn't want to come here.
I wouldn't want to play Middletown North either.
And then Thursday, we had a game on in Jersey Shore versus Ocean. I did not play though, but we won 7-3.
What's that, like veteran status? Like couple days off for the
No,
kid,
I was hurt.
captain, veteran.
I hurt my wrist like 3 weeks ago, so I didn't play for like 3 weeks.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Well, just want to say good luck this week. We're looking forward to following as the year goes on. I know it's a fun rivalry on Thursday night. Everybody make it out to Middletown. Let's get like 1,500, 2,000 people in there. Let's have a real good time Thursday night. So we appreciate you joining us real quick. Good luck
Yes.
this year, and we're excited to follow along, brother.
Thank you guys very much for having me.
no problem. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Noosh, that was a good one. Just want to thank Ryan Cook for hopping on with us. Nice, quick little preview of what Middletown North's got coming up. It's going to be fun to follow them all year. Another good high school hockey team in the state of New Jersey. Obviously, a big rivalry matchup against Middletown South coming up here on Thursday, the 7th, Middletown Sports Complex. Get out there, fill the place. The kids deserve it. It's a fun game to go out and watch every year. I usually try to stick around for a first period. It's a pretty
Yeah.
cool little atmosphere out there. Been a little while. What has Nooch been up to, or has Tyler joined at all?
Come on, man.
What we gotta
You
talk
already
about it.
now I got to talk about Tyler. I didn't want to talk about Tyler, but now that you asked how he's doing, he's got to answer. Nooch has been great. Nooch has been coaching. Nooch has been going to Ranger games. Me and Shap's got a Giants game coming up. Hopefully, Nooch is at that game. If it's Tyler on a Monday night, we're in trouble. But the usual for Nooch. Tyler actually was out on Saturday. Went to
Oh,
New York City. Um, got to meet the girlfriend's family, friends, extended family, just a lot of people. It's a little nervous actually. I didn't think I was going to be nervous, but on the path there, I was kind of nervous, and I was like, I don't know what this is about, but we survived. You know, very social, can talk to anyone. So Tyler had a good time. Um, Ended the night at about 9:40, and
that's the way to do it.
there's
That's the way
nothing
to do
better
it.
than like $85 at Taco Bell showing up.
Oh,
So that's Tyler loves his Taco
oh,
Bell, you know he does. But
so
yeah,
perfect.
and then last night with my girlfriend again, we went to the Rangers game. Brings me to my story of the week, story of the month. Walking around the Rangers game, getting chicken tenders, fries. Yeah, we might have got some candy, popcorn, whatever, the usual. We're playing the Sharks, so it wasn't that invested a Sunday night. And I see all these Belfast Giants jerseys. So I'm like, wait a second, Belfast Giants. Like I know those jerseys. Like they're pretty like you can't miss them if you know who they are. Then I see like they actually are real signed jerseys. So I'm like, okay, these people are definitely from England. And the back of the jersey says number 6, Bomb. So in my head, I'm like, I have to say something. That's a Jeff Bomb jersey. And then like 2 more show up. I was like, that's 3 Jeff Bomb jerseys. So I'm like to my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm gonna go say something. She's like, no, you're not. I was like, no, I really am. I was like, I have to. I was like, it's only right. So the guy's getting a hot dog. He's standing at the concession stand, and I'm like, I was like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Hello." He's like, just says hi. I was like, "That's a Jeff Baum jersey," and he's like, "You know Jeff Baum?" I was like, "I actually played like summer hockey with Jeff Baum," and I was like, "I don't know him, but like I know him enough to know whose jersey it is." And he's like, "Oh, that's crazy." He's like, "I talk to him all the time, big fan of his." I was like, "Well, tell him I said hello." I was like, "See if he knows who I am." So I put my name in this guy's phone, but I was like, "What are the chances that that happened?" So that was my story of the week, story of the month. I don't know. I get excited over little things like that.
I kind of love that though. Like couple Englishmen making their way over the pond and coming to
Yeah,
check out the greatest arena in the world, Madison Square Garden, and proudly wearing their Belfast Giant jerseys.
correct.
I'm
And it's
all
not
in
like
on that.
it's not like a Fox jersey where I'm like, oh, I played Avalanche against the Gulls, and like it's cool. They don't know. It's
No, it's unreal, dude. And
yeah,
to connect with people who live across the world like that, that's unreal. I think that's great.
right. And now
I,
he
I
gets
have a
to
question though. How do you
yeah.
know the Belfast Giants jersey so well? Like, gamble on them? What are we talking?
Uh, I have gambled on them one time before, um, against them actually, but
Wow,
that
the disrespect.
and I wear their jerseys in Hockey Ultimate Team on NHL.
Video
They're
games bring the
nice,
world
dude.
together.
But I wear their like champion hockey league jerseys. I don't know if it's the same team. I don't know how that stuff works over there. Is the Champions Hockey League the same team as the team in the EAIHL? I think it
Yeah, I
is.
think they just play.
But they have different jerseys. So
I don't know. We wear
whatever.
different jerseys on specialty nights and stuff. I don't know.
What have you been up to? Go Pack
Work,
Go, dude.
dude.
Go Pack Go.
I was gonna get to it. They
I
got me.
had to no, you gotta start.
They got me, dude. They reeled me back in. It was a tough start to the year. The young guns trying to figure it all out, but they got me. I'm back. They reeled me in, and I couldn't be more excited for a Monday night at the Meadowlands in a meaningful football game on a beautiful December evening.
Perfect.
It's gonna be nice. They're so back. They reeled me back in. I couldn't be happier. And then they're gonna break my heart at the end of the year again. So they're gonna like either just barely miss the playoffs or get in and lose by like 40 to the Niners or Eagles. So
Is it frowned upon if I root for the Packers with you as a Giants fan?
nah, I mean, I think if you're wearing neutral colors, probably not,
What
right?
if
I
I
mean,
wear a cheese head though?
well, then you're all in. Yeah, then you're all in. Yeah.
When I was like
Wearing
5, I have pictures of me with a cheese head, so I'm gonna text my parents and see if I still have that lying
let's
around
dig that
somewhere.
thing up.
Um, yeah. Um,
But yeah, no, me. I mean, other than the pack, a lot of work. Obviously, we missed a week there with Thanksgiving. Had some good times over Thanksgiving there. Saw some family, relaxed, had a nice relaxing day. It's always good, back to the pack real quick, winning on Thanksgiving. Never
mhm.
hurt. Um, Other than that, a little bit of work, a little bit of travel. New England prep season started. Super excited about that. Get to go up there and travel and, do the thing up there. Was able to catch Taft and Salisbury last week. Really good hockey team. Nice rematch of the large school championship from last year. Taft lost. Taft took it in the large school, took it in overtime. The good goaltending of Rudy Guimond and everything, Detroit draft pick, Yale commit, took it in the large school. So Salisbury got a little bit of revenge there on opening night at Taft with a 3-2 win. I got to tell you, man, just like high school hockey, I love prep school hockey. I love
Yeah,
the
it's got a
passion.
good environment.
I love the passion. The thing I do hate though is every prep school rink is like negative 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wild.
It's I don't understand because like normal rinks, run at like a normal temperature sometime. Every prep school rink, freezing cold. Like they put all the money in to like build a sick and beautiful rink, and then they're just like, yeah,
Mhm.
we're not gonna pay for any type of heat to keep the fans warm. Just
Can't
ridiculous.
always can't always have it perfect, but um,
It's
that's good touch on hockey. We're going to be speaking a lot about hockey. We got another great interview for you guys coming up in a couple minutes here. So I want to ask one last question before we send it over to our other interview. You got to give me your opinion on Florida State?
Oh,
Just quickly, you don't have to get into it. Just tell me, are you with the committee or are you against the committee is really all I care about.
I think I'm with the committee.
Okay, perfect. We can get into it later because that's going to be a long conversation.
What about you? What are
Definitely.
you?
I'm against the committee.
Oh, okay. So we got a little bit.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it's going to get a little. And then quickly, I forgot we haven't talked since Thanksgiving. I have another Tyler story for you. Um,
Oh,
Thanksgiving Eve, I told you one of my favorite holidays. My brothers came to Hoboken to visit. Um,
my favorite
Night goes
holiday.
on. We have a great night, whatever. We're going to get pizza from Artichoke Pizza. I'm going to use the name because I don't care anymore. I'm going to use the name. Artichoke Pizza in Hoboken has the audacity to be open at late hours of the night to make money off people coming home from the bar. That's the sole reason you're open. How do you not have pizza ready for customers if you're going to be open? So we order 4 slices of pizza on the app. We get to the front and we're like, pick up for so and so. The guy's like, we don't have that. I go, what do you mean you don't have it? I was like, we paid for it. It's on your menu. What do you mean you don't have it? He's like, we don't have anything. I was like, okay, so what do you have? Knowing that they don't have anything. He's like, we don't have anything ready. It's like the only thing ready is the pies that come out of the oven and they're only margarita pizza. So I take like 2 steps back from the cash register. I get down like a little squat stance, and there's like 50 people in there, and I like little louder than it should have been. I was like, "How are you a pizza place in Hoboken and you don't have pizza?" And like people were like, I caused a scene.
That's incredible. You
um,
need that every now and then
but
again in life, though. You got to hold people accountable.
like just don't be open.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't be
wild.
open or close down your app. Like, don't be on a delivery service or something where we can order ahead and pick up if you don't have the pizza.
Yeah, it's a wild concept to not have pizza ready.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that was great. Obviously, we got another great interview, so stay tuned for that. All right. So, Shops, we got interview 2. Um, Funny enough, which wasn't mentioned last time, and I'm gonna bring it up right off the bat, so Ryan Naumovski doesn't have to. Gavin Goulash's roommate in juniors didn't speak a word of him last interview, so we'll let him chime in on that to start. But Ryan Naumovski, 4 years at Niagara, 1 year now at Augustana. Is that how you say it?
Augustana.
Augustana. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Now, obviously, a couple USHL games, a lot of Null Titans games under his belt. But Ryan, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome
Yeah,
to the pod.
so
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod.
and we got a lot of we got to see how Gavin did after the pod, but we're 1 for 1 on shout outs, so we got to see how we're doing with the interview side of it. But talk about how you feel first before any serious questions. How you feel about your quote unquote roommate not saying a word about you.
No, I thought we had a better relationship for sure. When I listened to the podcast, I didn't hear my name, so chirped him a few times, but it's all good. No bad blood. Still love the guy.
All right, so
Shouted out some great guys, so
we're not mentioning Gavin Goulash the
Yeah.
rest of this podcast. Out. Done.
Yeah, we respect him coming on, but this is about Ryan Naumovski, and that's it. So, obviously, like I just mentioned, 4 years at Niagara, then obviously transferring for your 5th year grad year. Talk me through that. Get into what you want to, what you don't want to, obviously. But how was that experience? Different from some other people that have been through college hockey.
well, recruiting wise, when I first went to Niagara, it was fortunate enough that I could choose to go there, and I ended up loving it for the 4 years. Coaches were great to me. Still appreciate everything they did for me for my 4 years, and not just in the rink, but outside the rink too. So that was awesome to have just supportive people around me for every day that I was there. And then at Augustana, it's been nothing but great. Just every day we're excited to go to the rink as a new program, and just happy to kind of lay the soil for how the rest of the program will be forever.
Yeah,
So
Shops,
I
you
got a
got something?
question for you here, Rye. I guess this will be cool. Like work a little backwards here. The transfer. Now, obviously, you were a little different, grad transfer, right? I believe you guys go in a week or so early, like you had mentioned. Um, what was that like? I transferred as well in college, so it's a unique little experience. What were your thoughts on it? Any reasoning behind it? Kind of why did you feel like Augustana was the place for your grad year?
So transfer portal as a grad student, you get to go in as like a week early, so teams can call you just like in advance because I think grad school is cheaper or more expensive, so they gotta fill up some scholarships quicker with that. So fortunately, I went in. There was no force for me to go in. Niagara asked me if I wanted to play my 5th year. I just thought it'd be good for a change. I did my 4 years there. Um, see how I fend in different conferences, especially the CCHA. It's kind of bigger, stronger, a little bit more skilled. But the Atlantic was awesome. Like, really teaches you how to play the game the right way. Can't really get away with the toe drags and everything like that. But transferring, I think it was a little weird because you don't know what you're going to get into. Like, maybe a school doesn't call you, maybe you want to go somewhere that you don't have the option, so you kind of just take the chance on yourself and your resume.
Yeah, I think you just hit on two big things I want to talk about is obviously playing college hockey one thing, but I know we joke around all the time. You don't think you're undersized, but being a little bit more undersized than most, especially in the North American Hockey League when you played as well as in college hockey. Not sure who knows, what kind of player you are, but coming from Little Caesars, you were a ton of skill, through the legs, breakaways, all that razzle dazzle you had. Obviously, you had to change that a little bit before gaining some confidence in a very mature junior league, and then as well into college. How did you learn that? Was it someone? How long did that take? Go through that whole process of just having to evolve your game as a smaller guy.
I think I just had to learn how to. Craig, he really was harping on me that I couldn't do toe drags that I could get away with in youth. So I think him just kind of yelling at me almost every time I tried it really just made me go to a more simple type of way of hockey, like getting pucks behind the D instead of trying to go through the triangle, making the skill move. It's not always going to be flashy at the end of the day. So I think Craig was a huge part in my, I'd say, like, process of becoming a better and better player every day.
Okay, awesome. And I never got to experience, Division One hockey, and neither did Chaps. But like, how is the how is the size advantage and the physicality in that aspect? Like, was that different from juniors? Were you prepared? Like, how did you feel going in? Because obviously, you were pretty successful playing 34 games and having 19 points. Like, it's a pretty good freshman year. So, how was that going in? Were you ready? Do you regret some things?
I think I could have came in stronger for sure. It's a lot stronger, faster, less time and space with the puck, but
Hmm.
I think Craig like really did a good job on developing me in my 2 years there to make me as most prepared as I could possibly be. I switched, I think, halfway through Niagara from center to wing just because faceoffs are probably the most important part of your shift. So I think being more prepared as like a centerman going into college could have been a lot better for me in the long run, but I was fortunate with how it happened.
Yeah, you got a little bit of Bedard action to you.
No, not really. That kid's amazing.
Let me piggyback on that a little bit there, right? Now, you speak about getting a little bit wishing you were probably a little bit stronger and everything. Are there any regrets to not playing out junior hockey and playing your 20-year-old year?
Um, I definitely think there's pros and cons of it. I hear that pro leagues like getting younger guys. You don't want to be too old when you go into pro, but at the same time, like, juniors is probably the best time of my life. Like, you had nothing but hockey and video games every day. So I think like I took it for granted when I was there, but at the same time, I don't really regret going into Niagara when I did and like taking the chance of my hockey career.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it's
awesome.
interesting. Like, not many people do that anymore, right? I mean, I've been in junior hockey for 5 years now. I think it's only happened with one or two guys that have gone in before their 20-year-old year. It feels like, and I mean, those guys are exceptional talents. Not saying you're not. Just kind of wanted to hear your aspect, your thought process on whether or not there was any regrets there. Because I know when you look back on it, sometimes you're like, damn, maybe I should have spent one more year and I would have been even more ready come college. But I think your college career speaks for itself, and it's probably turned out to be the right decision for you.
Appreciate that. I do wish sometimes if I did play another year, it would have helped me with just being stronger and more ready, maybe faster.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, I thought it was the right choice at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, what are you on 145 games straight? Little Ironman action. So, does that have anything to
Unfortunately.
do? Yeah, does that have anything to do with, taking care of your body, the way you prepare, like anything you credit to that aspect?
I think just my excitement to go to the rink, I think, is huge. Like every time I go, I don't really view it as practice, just like a kind of a day to get better. I just find a way to be available for the coach and like be prepared by the weekend, so I'm not just like a deer in headlights when I get on the ice on a Friday night and then regret what I did all night and then not play on a Saturday. So I think just being ready every night.
Awesome. Yeah. And obviously with a lot of new guys, there's a lot of different people, that have to be ready. Obviously, in the locker room as well as, new programs. So having guys like that's probably a huge help. To go into a different aspect of your hockey career. I want to talk a little bit about your equipment. Someone asked me about your intermediate stick through juniors, how you use an intermediate stick, and I want to talk about your chrome cage. Obviously, I played with you, but you refused to take that thing off. So, any importance to the chrome cage, and how did you play with an intermediate stick and be successful?
I think the chrome cage, I started youth hockey with it, so like mini mites, and then I never switched since until college. So I think it was just a habit to wear it every year and not have to switch,
Did
especially
you
that
wear it in
it never
college?
rusted out. No, I had to switch to black.
Okay.
I would have though if I could have.
And what stick did you use, and how long did you use that through juniors?
I used the 67 flex null sticks, and now I use a 65 flex ribcore.
Okay.
Yeah, through
So,
at Niagara, I was using 63 flex.
oh my God,
Yeah,
that's insane. So
yeah.
obviously that's personal preference, right? You obviously get to choose. So good for you. I know you spoke a little bit about video games, and brings me to my next question about. Obviously, I know your gamer tag being about the Penguins. How did you become a Pittsburgh Penguins fan? And obviously, you're a massive fan of Sidney Crosby. I know that. What about Crosby made you love him?
So when I was younger, it's a funny story. 'Cause the Wings won the cup in '08, and I was a Wings fan when they won. And for some reason, I just switched to be a Penguins fan before the '09 season started. And then ever since then, I've just been Crosby fanatic, and then Penguins are my team all the way. With Crosby being my favorite player too, I think just plays a complete game, just does it the right way every night. It's been a point per game since he came in. So I think the younger guys now don't see really the Crosby that we saw when we were younger, but I still think he's an unbelievable player.
Yeah, he's having a great year again, which is insane. So
Yeah.
obviously you're still a fan of them. Obviously with the Penguins, and you said being from Detroit, so being from Michigan, playing juniors, how was moving away from home and at a young age, and what was that experience like, and would you change that at all if you could?
Well, fortunately, when I moved to Jersey, like I said, Gavin earlier, my billet brother didn't mention me, but him, his mom, and his sister, I lived with them, and they were nothing but welcoming, and they just brought me in with an open arm, and really took me under their wing and made me feel like one of their own. So I think that really helps because I hear all these bad billet stories, but I think moving to Jersey really matured me, made me grow up to the person I am today, and then just fortunately it worked out to be a good spot.
Right. If you could, I think it's pretty cool for, kids that are younger now to kind of hear about the process of getting to junior hockey. I guess just walk us through kind of, from Little Caesars to New Jersey. What was the process like getting recruited? I guess technically it is kind of your choice where you want to play junior almost. Obviously you have to get recruited by teams, but you kind of choose, do I want to come out east? Do I want to stay out in Minnesota, Michigan, whatever it may be? How was the recruiting process getting recruited? And then ultimately saying, you know what, obviously you have great things to say about Gavin, even though we said we weren't going to mention him anymore. But how was the process in picking Jersey and the recruitment process?
So when I was a junior in high school, I was playing 18U, and four of my teammates, it was Spencer Stanley, Mitchell Hall, Danny DeBlau, and I want to say there's one more that got drafted by the Titans. And at the time, Chris Zarb was the scout, and he was our assistant coach. So he just kind of invited me out just to see how I play against the older, stronger guys. So I ended up making the team going into my senior year of high school. And I told Craig that I wanted to graduate with my friends back in high school. So I decided to play one more year of 18U, and then I ended up tendering with New Jersey. And I think Craig understood where I was coming from, but at the same time, it probably would have helped me to go a year earlier. Just see USHL for the year after, maybe, or even more colleges like the younger guys. But at the same time, I just thought it was the right fit to be home for one last year of high school.
I think that's fair. I think people underestimate the importance of doing school and stuff like that back home sometimes. Because if you do end up doing school, like you probably would end up doing online. Who knows how all that pans out, right? That's a maturity thing for a lot of kids sometimes. But no, dude, I think it's great. I think Also, speaking of Chris Zarb, when Chris Zarb speaks, you listen. He
Yeah,
comes up with
absolutely.
one guy a year, and it's just you don't ask questions. You just say, "Yep, Zarb said it. All good. Sounds good. He's right. He's always right."
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He helped me a lot in my development. Him and Anthony Cirillo. Just when I was younger, they really they got me on the ice at 6 a.m. with a weight vest on, and kind of just made me stronger by forcing me to do things I didn't want to do.
Love that though. We need that in our lives sometimes. We need
Yeah,
some structure and everything in our lives sometimes. I love
Um,
that.
absolutely.
I know you played 10 games for Omaha. I actually don't know the answer to this question. Did you have the opportunity to play in the USHL? Was it a personal decision to stay in the North American League?
That first year, Wilkie was my coach, and he asked me to stay the rest of the year, and I just didn't think it was the right fit for me at the time. I didn't think I was ready for the USHL. It was a lot faster than I thought it would be. So I thought going back to developing more with Craig and then kind of building my confidence going into my second year junior would have helped me more. So my second year was I got traded from Omaha to Madison at the draft, and I ended up not wanting to go to Madison. So they dropped me, Muskegon picked me up, and it was between Muskegon and New Jersey, and I just believed in Craig all the way through. So I just thought I'd develop and be more ready for college, playing a top six role rather than fighting my way into a lineup with a new coach in Muskegon. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Craig and I just decided it'd be better for me to go to Jersey.
Yeah, I actually really didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Ryan, Craig doesn't even listen, dude. So you could stop pumping his tires so much because he don't even
I,
listen to the podcast.
I got to give him credit for a lot, though.
No, I respect it. I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, he did play 2 full seasons, so
Yeah. So I guess let's keep the theme going here. We're going in a little bit of reverse here. How did we get into hockey? What was the start? When was it? Hockey's going to be it. This is going to be the thing that I pursue for the majority of my young life here.
I think I started when I was 3, and then I played probably every sport till about 11 to 13. And my favorite sport, or the one I wanted to choose, was basketball. But my parents are both 5'7", so my dad said, "You're definitely not playing basketball." So hockey had to be the choice at the end of the day, just because smaller guys like Marty St. Louis, I was smaller until I think junior of high school. I grew 5, 6 inches. So fortunately, I grew up and then grew into my body, and hockey turned out to be the right one.
What position do we play in basketball?
I was a guard, point guard,
I love that. Just
slashing
commanded the
passer
floor.
all
Let's
day.
go. I love that.
how long did you play basketball for?
3 to 12 or 13.
And you stopped because of your size, or you weren't good enough? Be honest.
No, it was definitely my size. My dad didn't want me to play because he said I was too small.
You got the finesse. Like, you're a skilled guy in most of the things you do. I remember that, so I respect it.
Appreciate it.
Let's get Rhino on the court with LeBron and let's really hash this whole thing out. Let's see how good Ryan really is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
No,
Probably get dummied, dunked on.
I think we should do a one-on-one Ryan versus you know who, the two podcast first interviewees, and see who takes that one. Size
Gavin
advantage.
probably shoots from his backpack. He shoots like this.
Incredible. That's so perfect. We're not even giving Gavin a chance to respond though, too. He's done. So
Yeah, it's the best part.
All right, so basketball, but football. You a Lions fan?
Absolutely. I got
How you
my
feel about? I had to bring it up.
jersey right here.
I
how
had
about
to
my
bring it up.
pack?
Just
How about my pack on Thanksgiving? How about that?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that game.
no,
Yeah.
so this is why I
Last
brought
night
it
they
up
looked
because
real good. Last night they looked
Chaps is
real
a
good.
massive Packers fan. We're going to the Giants Packers game next Monday, and I knew you were a Lions fan, so I just wanted to create a little hostility in here.
I mean, the Packers are gonna absolutely go through the Giants, though. I hate to say it.
Yeah, we.
This
don't
is what
need
the
to talk
Packers
about
do, though, dude. Like they give me all this hope, and then they're gonna lose to Tommy DeVito and the New York Giants on Monday night.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be heartbreaking when they don't make the playoffs, though.
Oh, it's gonna be
The Lions are
terrible.
going all the way.
Yeah, are the Lions the Lions are back, huh? Like, is this what we're gonna have to go through for like the next 10, 15 years? Like, the Lions are back.
I hope so. This is our only hope for a championship. Except the Wings are looking pretty good this year.
The Wings
The
are
Pi-
good.
the Pistons didn't win a game in November, so that's
Hey,
not looking
Wings
good.
fan. Wings fan. Not sure if you listened to any previous podcast episodes. Top 3 favorite players in the NHL right now: Lucas Raymond.
He is good.
Love that guy.
He plays with an edge too, which is sweet. He's so skilled.
Yeah, I got his Hockey Ultimate Team card. Every time he scores, it goes up in overall. So he's a top 3 player for me.
What overall is he?
84 right now, but we'll get there.
He should be higher.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, let's get back on track with let's go with Augustana. What's up next for Augustana and the Vikings? It's been a pretty impressive first year of the program. I believe you guys went out and took down Denver NCC, if I'm correct. Been a
Yep.
pretty successful start to the program. What's on tap next for Augustana?
I think we're just kind of getting started. We got an off weekend this weekend, but Fairbanks the following weekend, so that'll be a good test for us again. They're a top 20 team normally, so can't take them lightly by any means. And then we open up our new rink January 15th, so we're supposed to be sold out every night. So I'm excited for that.
Let's go. How has it been? It's a unique choice by you, right? Going to your grad transfer year to a brand new program. How has it been building that and being a part of that, brand new culture there?
I think it's pretty cool because we set the expectations as a program now. So when we came in, we knew what we were capable of, but I don't think people around us did. So I think it's cool seeing the recognition that we kind of deserve by the end of the day. And starting a new program, you kind of like you look back a few years down the road and be like, you'll be proud of what you did and what you started because I think it'll be a good program for years to come.
Yeah, and especially with all the money they're pumping in with, like you said, the new rink and everything that's coming. Is it on campus or?
Yeah, it's right on campus. I think it was like 72 million or something.
That's chump
They're
change. That's
definitely
chump change.
they're loading all the money into it, so it's sweet.
No,
How big
that's
is the
great.
school?
1,300 students, 1,400.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
all the
pretty
sports
recent.
are pretty good. I think the fall sports all finished first. It's a Division II school, but all the fall sports finished the top of their conferences, so it's pretty sweet to see.
Love that.
Yeah, that's great.
Love that. So what do we now? I guess a little personal question as well. What is next in hockey for Ryan Naumovski? Is pro on the horizon? Is it hang the skates up, get into it on the other side of it. What is next for Ryan Naumovski after Augustana?
Definitely want to play pro, see, like, weigh out my options at the end of the year. Hopefully something good pops up. And then down the road, probably start coaching, getting into the other side of hockey, I guess. Managing, coaching, I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man, when you start coming to the end of it, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
played
it's
all this.
crazy.
And I think you're going to go on to have a pretty good pro career as well. So I think you still got a little
Appreciate it.
bit you got plenty of life left in you still. It's wild to think about sometimes. Because I remember when I
Yeah,
was at
thank
that
you.
spot, I was like, whoa, what do I do now?
Yeah. What is applying for jobs?
Yeah,
What
I
does
don't even know
any of
how.
that mean? So, well, Ryan, we appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of fun. Learned a little bit about Augustana, learned a little bit about your journey, learned that you should have been a basketball player, not a hockey player.
Yeah,
So
it's a number one right there.
I'm pretty disappointed that I'm never gonna know what Ryan Naumovski, the basketball player, looked like. But I'm
When I come
pretty.
out to Jersey, we'll hit a park.
Let's go. I'm in. I'll get some hooping in one day. I'm not great, but I think I
I'm
have pretty
down.
good style when I'm out there. I like to hit threes and all that stuff. So, but yeah, no, we're hooping the next time you come out here. So
I'm
all
into
good
it.
stuff, my man. We appreciate you. Good luck the rest of the year. Hopefully the year goes well with Augustana, and then there's a bright future in pro hockey for you as well on the horizon afterwards. So all love, my man. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Appreciate you
Ryan.
guys. Thank you.